Welcome to the Polishing Profits podcast, where we discuss all things related to the business of detailing. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, this podcast is for you. In each episode, we'll cover topics ranging from business management to marketing solutions. Here to help you grow your detailing business, your hosts, Nick and Dustin.
All right, now we're live.
Welcome.
What's
to
up?
the
What's up?
Polishing Profits
Oh, and we're going
podcast.
again. We're going again with the intro.
It's so good the first time. Roll it again. What's
How are
up,
we?
man?
How are we
you
this
doing?
Friday, Dustin? having fun.
Fantastic. How are you?
We're doing pretty good. We're down in San Antonio today.
I was gonna say, you don't like you're at your office. What are you doing?
No, this is
Silly
we ran upstairs, made it for the podcast. We're a little late, so listen, my fault, everybody. I apologize. Anyone watching live it's not like Dustin hasn't been late once or twice.
Dude, y'all are just lucky to get me here these days.
Yeah. But we're down here at the Expel conference. All the Expel dealers worldwide, San Antonio. It's think
Fantastic.
of MTE on the PPF side. It's really, really a cool little show they put on.
Now, is it only available to Expel installers, or is this a show that
Yeah, so it'll be anyone that's an Expel dealer, whether you're doing ceramics or PPF or tint.
Yeah.
In the industry, a cool group of people here.
Wow, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. And it's cool to be networking. I mean, listen, that's, how I feel about those things. The more you're around people doing the things that you're doing, the more knowledge you can obtain. And again, just rubbing elbows with those type of people. And then there's no telling the deals that you make there, the connections that you make. So there's just so much value in going to things like that.
The main reason I was excited about it is they sort of set it up similar to MTE. I don't know who did it first, but the education classes, right? They call them breakout classes, whether it's with the software, PPF, tint, new products that are coming out. I don't know, any conference you're going, and you're able to get that education side of it. I think it's pretty cool. That's just me.
Yeah, no, that's huge. That's huge. I mean, it's one thing to go around a network, but it's another thing to actually get get information straight from the source, and classes like that are absolutely an opportunity to you. Now, we didn't just come on air today to talk just about tint and PPF and Expel.
Maybe
we came today. We have a special guest coming on to our show. Now, he's extremely special in the marine detailing side of things, which I'm kind of partial to. We're a heavy marine. He actually won Marine Detail of the Year, and we teased you a few weeks ago with his little brief entrance into our show, but we figured we would do a whole show around Mr. Cody Upflit, and figured we could go ahead and just bring him on, and we're going to talk all things marine detailing, man. I want to get into the nitty gritty. I want to talk about what's great, what sucks, how much money you can make, how much money you can lose, all the things marine detailing.
And I'll just sort of be that moderator. I don't do a lot of marine detailing, but questions and sort of seeing, where everything's at with you guys. And
well, and there's a lot of detailers wanting to make a shift to marine, just like aviation, or agriculture. There's a wave of people wanting to do marine, and I think it's a really good revenue stream. I think it's a good opportunity, but you got to know what you're getting into, and we'll talk about those things when we bring Cody on.
Cool.
All right, you want to go ahead and bring him on? There we go. What's up,
there
Cody?
He is.
What is up, guys? How are y'all doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm honored.
Well.
Yeah, we are in the presence of Mr. Marine Detailer of the Year. I mean, we should. Foul. Hey, so did I get your last name right? Upflit. Did I do that right? Boom, dude, I'm on.
God, Dustin messes up everybody's name too. That's probably the first time.
I've been practicing for 3 days.
You had to present it, right?
Yes, I did. I did. And that was an honor. It really was. It's really cool. And not only is Cody the Marine Detailer here, he is a detail bookie user, and he has been touting our service for a while. And I tell you, man, I really appreciate that. This podcast isn't about software, but I do wanted to take a moment to show appreciation for all that you do for the software too.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thank y'all so much.
Of course. What were you saying, Nick?
No, I was gonna say, you know what? It's I really just want to know what it was like. You know what I mean? Like, did you have a feeling that you were going to win? You know what I mean? Like, what was that sort of that walk up the stage? I don't know. That's a huge honor, man.
It is.
Yeah. So I didn't honestly know if I was going to win or not. I knew I was up against two great guys. And I was glad to be able to meet both of them. When we were going in there, I was nervous. I knew I was up for it. My heart was racing. When it got to the Marine Detailer of the Year part, I took my Apple Watch and I think it said my heart rate was like 120.
He's at a light jog.
Exactly.
Are you exercising?
And then when they called my name, it was just unreal. I couldn't believe it. I'm just a little small town boy. Oh, where'd I go?
Oh, you're still here. You're with us.
Okay. There we go. I'm just a little small town boy who just loved washing his truck, and it turned into a business, and a successful business at that, as we started during the 2020 pandemic.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So to win the award and win it in front of, big names, people that I have looked up to since I started the detailing journey, being around them was just an unreal feeling.
So I actually, when we were doing the pre-show walkthrough, they give us our final scripts with everybody that won. And so, we're sworn to secrecy, but I knew for like 10 hours. And every time I'd see you at the show, I'd like turn my face. I wouldn't even make eye contact. He's like, why wouldn't Dustin even look at me? I'm like, I cannot look at you, because like if I were to any way, shape, form, or fashion, like, make you feel like, you know what I mean? Like I felt that. And so I was like avoiding everyone like the plague for that day. But it was so awesome to see you come up there, man. But look, you know what? It's such an award you did. You've done an amazing job. But I want to talk, there's a big group of detailers wanting to make a move towards marine detailing. And there's a lot of complexity involved with it. I mean, it's not just, you don't just go straight from automotive to marine. There's a learning curve, and there's some complexities there. And I kind of want to just like dig into that a little bit. I think, I think we can provide some value for those that are making that switch or looking to. It's not impossible by any stretch, but let's talk about the things that make it different. Let's talk about some of the things that they would want to watch out for. And Cody, what's like the first thing that comes to mind when you think about like a automotive detailer versus a marine detailer?
The gel coat versus clear coat debate.
Yeah.
Clear coat, it's once you learn it and you learn the different systems, whether it's single stage, 2-stage, 3-stage, whatever it is these days.
Sure.
You can look at something and say, all right, look, I got this kind of vehicle coming in. This is what I got. Gel coat is, just a different ball game.
It is.
I mean, because you could have the same exact boat come in, but the gel coat may act different just by the process that was done in the making of the boat.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's a different animal, and and it's harder, and generally, you got more room to work, but it's a much more aggressive approach to it. And then one thing that gel coat does is it's designed to break down and protect itself. So it does what we call scaling, which creates oxidation, like chalky white feeling. And that's the exterior of the boat protecting itself, protecting the interior. And so when you think about like boats chalky or boats oxidized, like you have to remove all that to get to fresh gel coat to protect. Well, the removal of that, it can be very complex and very like hard to understand just what it's going to take to get there, right?
Oh yeah,
definitely. I was going to throw out, Cody, did you start with cars or start with boats?
So I started with cars.
Started with cars.
Just cars. Started in 2020 with just cars. I'll tell you how we got. I'll tell you.
Yeah, go ahead. No, I think you're going to answer the question. Yeah, go ahead.
He's got it from here. Yeah,
he's got it. Go ahead. I gotta get back downstairs. You guys have got
this is Marine Detailer here. Why are you talking, Nick?
Yeah, I'm here to learn. I was just in a class learning. I'm here to learn for the next 30 minutes.
So the way we got into boat detailing was my father-in-law's one of his best friends wanted to get his boat polished out and waxed, and he was like, have you ever removed oxidation or anything like that? And we're like, well, no, but we'll look into it, see what we can find out. We bought the whole McGuire's 3-stage kit with the oxidation remover compound, the polish, and the wax.
Yeah.
We got an Amazon rotary with some Harbor Freight wool pads.
Yeah, that is the process, by the way. For anybody wondering, you go straight to Harbor Freight, buy a rotary and a wool pad. You go straight to O'Reilly's and get some turtle wax compound. If anybody's wondering how to enter the marine world, that's how you do it.
and then we had an old Gruett's garage polisher.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, we did the work. It turned out really good. He was very happy with it. And just, I mean, the boat still looks great to this day. I mean, he takes care of it.
Sure.
That was
so obviously you're doing a lot of marine now. That transition of what's that percentage like? You're like, hey, now Nick, I'm 90% marine, 10% automotive. You know what I mean? What's that percentage look like for your business?
So it actually varies because since we are on Lake Gaston in North Carolina, which borders North Carolina and Virginia, we have a lot of people that don't live there full time. Some of them, they may live in, 2 hours away. Some may live all the way up in Maryland, places like that. And this is their vacation house. So basically probably April through September, October, we are probably 75, 80, almost 90% marine.
90%. Wow.
Yeah.
When it gets colder and they go back up north or wherever, we go back to a little bit more automotive stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think even that's exactly how we are. Boating is seasonal, right? And so this time of year, boats are just piling in by the dozens. Our schedule's filling up. And we preserve the off season for restoration style detailing, like boats that need really heavy sanding and polishing, or maybe picked up off their trailer or something like that. So it does go. I mean, and detailing is seasonal, but marine detailing is even more seasonal because you get off the water way before you have to get off the roads.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's the season for us is just insane because at one point we'll be 2, 3, 4 months out. We tell people, look, whenever you think you're going to come down here, go ahead, get on our schedule because when the time comes and it's getting close to Labor Day and all that.
Oh yeah.
We're going to be already way past that.
That's right.
How do you feel with how the service offerings are sort of shifting with the marine, right? Obviously the ceramic coatings in the marine space has been insane. How do you sort of see that shifting over time since you've been doing it?
So when we first got into it, people were really wanting to wax it. They're like, yeah, we just wax it once a year. Yeah. And, when we started doing, more heavy into the marine setting, we learned more about the ceramic coatings and the benefits for the gel coat and everything. And so we love to educate our customers on the benefits of ceramic versus wax. Especially in North Carolina, we can have some very hot days. I know Alabama is a lot hotter than we are most times, but
I don't know if it's hotter, but it's hot as hell.
but yeah, we a lot of times when we break it down and I always try to make a point to go to the customer and look at the boat, sit down, see if they may have a budget they want to work with, or if they just want to hear everything and discuss everything. And kind of when I kind of break everything down and tell them the benefits and how much easier it is to maintain your boat if it's ceramic coated.
Right.
Yeah. They're like, okay, let's do this. So ceramic coating, I think, is really starting to make its way deep into the marine setting. Because more people want the ease of taking care of the boat because boats are so neglected.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. They are, and repair is cheaper than replacement. and maintenance is cheaper than replacement. So getting ahead of that and keeping it that way versus it's, totally lost and now we got to go buy a new one or whatever, or completely, redo. To stay ahead of the maintenance curve is big time, and that's a big sales pitch, But there's some complexities there. So you mentioned something I want to bring up as like a consultation, right? So it's a little different, and I sell a system that sells online booking, right? We book online, but Marine is a little different because if you were to allow customers to just drop on your schedule for whenever at any price that they chose, it'd be scary. All right. So boats are, you can give them a ballpark sight unseen, but you really need to get that boat in front of you. And it's just due to the way the oxidation works, and mildew and the way that the boat's been maintained. So getting in front of a boat and seeing it before you give a hard price, that's pretty standard workflow for you, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely. When we have somebody fill out an estimate form or anything, I try to make a point to maybe, call them, text them, say, hey, I noticed, you got an estimate, did you have any questions? I see that it's on a boat. When can we set up a time where maybe I can come look at it, and discuss everything? And a lot of times they're like, yeah, because a lot of times they're like, I don't know, exactly what oxidation is, how it looks.
Yeah. Let me tell you the famous coined term is it just needs a good coat of wax. It just needs a buff and wax. And when they say that, let me just tell you what that boat, without seeing that boat, I can tell you how bad that boat is.
Oh yeah, me too.
It's bad.
I don't do boats and that's bad.
Yeah, right. You can just imagine. Nick, I think something that you'll be interested to learn is how we price boats.
Okay.
It's different, and
I was going to ask a question like, so is it really like I'm going to use Detail Bookie as the example.
Yeah.
Do you use it more just an estimate side so people can at least get a ballpark, or does it not even have any pricing and just services? I was just curious on that side, Cody.
So we use it kind of basically as just like an estimate part, especially for the people who think they do need just a buff and wax.
Yeah.
Because when it comes down to it, customers may not know the extent of how bad their oxidation really is, and they may not know what all they need. So we kind of use that as our guideline for when we go down there to do the consultation. Be like, especially if they did fill it out or if they just contacted me directly, either way it's fine with me. But if they filled out that estimate form, go down there, do the consultation, we can tell them, hey, look, this is what your boat is going to need.
Yeah, right. And like he said, like you just don't know. I mean, you can give, you can ask the questions, right? You can ask the customer questions. That kind of gives you an idea of how bad it is. But even if you just knew exactly, sometimes you have to do a test spot to understand the process of removal because it differs from boat to boat. And it even differs from the same boat, same manufacturer to the same manufacturer. So that's why it's really hard to just you can't hardly give sight unseen pricing. Now, my sales team, we give pricing. Like if you call us or if you come online, you'll get a price per foot. And that's how it's priced, by the way, Nick. It's priced by the linear foot. And we'll give you a ballpark price. But it's an estimate until we get it in front of us and we check that boat in. And
that customer knows that. And the customer obviously sees that.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. And it's customary in the marine world that if somebody's given just, whatever it looks like, it's $10 a foot. Like, there's red flags all over that because and there's people that do that in our industry, like just like at cars there's a $35 in and out guy, you know what I mean? You got the $10 foot boat detailers, and that's not a jab at anybody that is. It's just straight up like in the professional realm where you need to maintain certain rate per hour, then you have to understand what that boat's going to take, and each boat is typically different than the other.
And that part of like educating the customer, right? That's the part where if I've got a boat and I want to get it detailed, ceramic coated, and I don't know what goes into it, right? And I don't know how much it costs, right? It's like, it's a lot of education. You think it's tough selling a ceramic for a car, hey, guess what? Now you got to do it on a boat.
Put another zero at the end of it.
It's those layers and trying to figure out, in that boating industry, how does that get simpler for the customer? Right? If I'm just coming in as the customer perspective and I'm going to you, Dustin, I'm going to you, Cody, I got a boat, it needs work. it needs a buff and wax, right? How do I get to that part of knowing, hey, this is what it's going to cost efficiently, I guess is the question. Because right now it seems like it's a lot of consultation. It's a lot of, you know what I mean, seeing it. And I'm just wondering if there is a solution there.
Yeah, Cody, I'll let you tell about how your process goes for that.
So like I said, we do price it by the foot, and we love doing consultations, and especially test spots if the customer wants that. Test spots a lot of times is going to determine whether or not you get the job or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody that didn't when you're going down the river and you see somebody with a real shiny spot on the side of their boat. It's either they started it themselves or they got a test spot.
It looks great, and they say, you know what? No, I'm out. And then they just have the circle.
It don't happen.
It don't happen. Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, but
make the test spot as big as you can, so that way they just have to say it.
but yeah, when we do the consultation, like I said, we go down there, we talk to them, and a big part of trying to sell it is, we say to them, do you have a budget? Is there a certain budget you have in mind?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And are you open to ceramic, learning about ceramic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times they're like, okay, yeah, that's something, I've heard about, or yeah, I ceramic coated my boat last year with this spray stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you educate the customer, when you just sit down and talk with the customer and just, say, look, your boat's going to look a lot better for a lot longer. I can promise you that. Yeah. Washing it is going to be a breeze.
Yep.
We offer maintenance packages for our boats as well. We tell them, if you want us to come take care of it, we'll do it however often you want us to.
Yeah.
And you think about the customer and the end user, right? And they're using it on the weekends at best, like, maybe once or twice a month. And when they get done, they don't want to scrub on that for hours. And not to mention, when they get there, there's a lot of like, what do we call it? Creek envy or sandbar envy. And you pull up and you got we play heavy into our marketing on this. Like, if you're that guy that pulls up to the sandbar and your boat looks trash, so like you can play on those, like, because this is their pride and joy. This is their recreational vehicle. And they are, they want to keep that up. And then when they're done, they don't want to wash on it for hours and hours. So playing into those pain points is a great way to sell it.
I've got a really interesting question here, Cody. We've got the detailer of the year here, but I think the viewers want to know, what are some of those weaknesses in the business side, right? What are those things that maybe Cody's struggling with, right? This is the detailer of the year. I really want to know, what are those little things in the business, right, that you're struggling with a little bit? So just so people can relate, you know what I mean?
Dethrone you right here.
You're at the top of
thousands of people. He is dethroning you right now.
I think it's a good
Tell
way
us
to
what's wrong, Cody. Tell us the problems.
Know that everyone's got headaches.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot to learn from things like that.
Oh, yeah. Some of the little weaknesses I have is, a lot of times, especially like with boats, especially, I will get not confident at all if I'm doing one. I'll lose self-confidence if I do an area and all of a sudden I start seeing oxidation come back, or something else just ain't acting right. I lose a lot of self-confidence, and that's something that I struggle with, daily. Promoting myself, there's multiple details around where I'm at. And a lot of them are great guys. I'm not going to down anybody, but putting myself out there, making sure that I can be the best detailer, I can be the nicest, the most efficient. A lot of times if I give somebody a quote, they're like, oh, that's a lot. And, I tell them, I'm not the cheapest, but I'm also not going to be the most expensive, honestly.
Right.
But I can stand by my work. I can do that. And just reaching people and making sure that they understand why they should, choose my business, and having that confidence in myself to go out there and be successful in this. Cause I'm 27 years old, and it's just, I need confidence boosters every now and then, and that's where a lot of my faith comes into play.
Where do you find that, right? Where do you find that extra confidence? How do you get over that hurdle?
So how I get over my hurdles is my faith. You know, I'm a huge Christian, and just
that's awesome.
When I get frustrated, a lot of times I'll reach out to my wife, and she'll be like, "Well, you know, I'm not there." So, but she's
going to hear this. You have to hear this.
But she's very supportive with it. She's always been my number one supporter. She always gives me the confidence that I need, and she just brightens my day a lot of times if I'm feeling down, whether she knows it or not.
That's awesome.
And just leaning into my faith mostly, and knowing that my God has put me here to do this, it is just extraordinary, because I use this as a way to reach people, you know, and so the confidence boosting is there as long as I just remain calm. If I get flustered, that's really when it starts to take a toll.
But, you know, listen, the confidence is, you know, it goes and it comes and goes with anything you do, right? And it doesn't matter how great you are at the thing. And if you're not challenging yourself and you feel confident in everything you touch, then you're probably either, you know, doing this and going flat, or you're declining. And we know that business doesn't just maintain. It just declines. It's either going up or down. There is no maintaining.
It's never
flat. No, if it's flat, it's dying. It's on its way. You're not going to like the ride down. I can tell you that. So you know, like getting, you know, feeling unconfident and feeling like, or lack of confidence, and questioning the things you do, that comes with challenges. And if you weren't running into those, then I would be more concerned than being concerned with the challenge itself. And, you know, if your faith having a strong impact in your business, I love that. And I think that, you know, I as well have that faith, and you know, I think that helps guide us and you know, in a direction. And then, but also being humble enough to admit that, you know, a lot of guys can come up here as the Marine Detailer of the Year and say, "What do you mean weakness, dude? I'm the best." Dude, I love his only weakness.
He's too kind, too humble. You know what I
mean? They better never make the mistake of giving me something like that, dude. I won't even be able to get out of the build. My head will be so big. I'm like, what? You can't talk to me.
So, Dustin, I have a list of questions I can't ask you, and it just grows.
Right? Nick knows better. He's like, oh God, no, don't tell him that. Please don't tell him that.
But you know what's good is, like, when you get a really good, genuine person like Cody, that's absolutely killing it. You know what I mean? People are gonna look up to you. You're gonna have people reach out to you. People are gonna want that, right? Like you said, putting yourself out there. It's something it's not for, you know, you and your business. It's a lot of times it's for others. You know what I mean? You're there and you're on the platform of helping a lot of people that are going through different struggles in business, in life, whatever it may be, you know, and being that role model. And that's why it's, you know, it's an honor and a pleasure to have you here on the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we, you know, we maintain a pontoon boat for a not-for-profit called Operation Vets with Nets. They take out veterans who may be disabled or PTSD or just regular veterans.
Sure.
They take them out catfishing, because that's big on Lake Gaston. Yeah. And so we maintain that for them, you know, and we do that free of charge, because they're providing service to the people who served our country. And we absolutely love our veterans and everybody.
Well, and the thing is, you don't do those things looking for it to come back, but it always comes back, right? If you do those things come back, and it's usually when you need them the most, like when you're in one of the lulls, or it's the entrepreneurial roller coaster, right? The lows happen, and when you're scratching your head, but if you're always putting out the good and you're always doing good, and I love what you said of being the most kind. Like listen, I'm known for my relationship with the local detailers and all, and I've always believed that just do the right thing. Don't create this unneeded drama and this stress on yourself. Like, business ownership is stressful in itself. Why are you going to mix in politics or relationship problems with other detailers and suppliers? I'm like, I'd rather be buddies with all them because I'm going to lean on them at some point,
Exactly.
Yeah, man, I tell you, it's awesome. One other thing I wanted to touch on just real quick, and I think if you're questioning if you're going to detail boats versus cars, and I wanted to make sure that I get this out there, is below the waterline. I know that you guys kind of stay away from that or have so far. Listen, I've fought a long battle of about 12 years of what to claim below the waterline. And I know we're rabbit hole with marine detailing right now, but if you're out there making claims and warranting stuff below the waterline, please stop as an industry, because it's a fight that we can't win. It's a battle that we can't win unless somebody's got a product that's gonna. And we're testing products right now for multiple companies, and hopefully some miracle comes out of that. But dude, can't tell you how much warranty work we've had to do over the years from people making false claims of things that would work below the waterline. And so if you're making that jump and you're coming into the marine side of things, don't claim it's going to do anything. It can either last a day, it can last 10 years, or it can last 100 years. All of them are great. Just like I was telling Cody earlier, like all of that should be a win. And don't dump your money into the warranty bucket, because I promise you it has no bottom,
Yeah. And Cody, my last question I had. Oh, we got to run? You have to run, Dustin? I know you're busy today.
There's a couple comments.
Oh, okay,
but go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, what is that goal, right? After MTE, what that did for you and your business. What is that goal for 2024 for you?
So the goal for 2024 is to just continue growing, continue our great customer service, because a lot of times people tell us, we have some of the best customer service. And that's something I'm very proud of, is to have that best customer service. And because I like to create rapport with people, but I just want to keep growing, keep going. We want to look at purchasing some land and start building our very own state-of-the-art shop where we can, house, more boats, do more stuff, have classrooms for, to have the public come in and say, all right, here's the boat class, if you need some oxidation removal, maybe come to us. But
I love that. The DIY side of things is huge, and for detailers that are scared to teach your customer how to do something, first of all, they don't want to. They don't want to
do it. They want to.
They don't want to do it anyway. They want to pay you to do it. Help yourselves by teaching them how to maintain it afterwards.
And that's one of the things that we do a lot of, is when we do an oxidation removal or ceramic coating or anything to a boat, we say, look, if you want it to keep looking like this, here's a few tips, tricks on some stuff to maintain it. Here's a catalog of these products. We'll show you what to get. If you have any questions, call us, text me. They have, everybody gets my direct cell phone number, and so I'm just like, reach out, any questions whatsoever.
The challenge, Cody, will be learning, and I'm excited to watch you grow into this, is learning how to scale that and how to take that one-on-one connection that you love so much and grow it. And your challenge will be to teach your team to have that same mindset. And we've worked really hard to do that. And as you grow and learn that you don't get to talk to every single customer every single time, that growing pain is real. And I'm excited to have a conversation with you in a few years and go, okay, how you feel so much about it now?
No, I think we do a 1-year recap. I think we do.
Let's talk about that customer service, bro.
well, hopefully
awesome, and it's needed, and you will do that. By the way, you will scale and be able to learn how, but it's a learning curve for sure.
Hopefully here soon I can kind of start scaling, and kind of having, at least somebody run a mobile unit for me, for like when I want to go to like trainings and all that I can't go to right now, being a one-man show. Hopefully here soon, we can hire somebody to come with me full time and kind of start teaching them ropes, make sure they know how discount detailing operates, the etiquette, the customer service, the way we show up.
The company values,
and you make so many great relationships. You know what I mean? You got people here, need questions on any of that stuff. You know what I mean? You got all those numbers in your phone now to reach out and help you get there, because everybody wants to see you get there.
They do. All right, drop our questions in here, Chris. And Rod, boats are sure more work. Hats off to all boat detailers. That's right, Rod.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it is. And you know what? And anybody that don't think, usually it's a love-hate relationship. Like you either love it or you hate it. And my shop's no different. I have car crews. I point this way because that's where my shop is. I have car crews that just absolutely do not want to touch a boat. And then I have boat crews that absolutely do not want to touch a car. And that's just the way it is. And, you know, you got a couple that will kind of bridge the gap a little bit, but they'll cuss the whole time. But most of them, you're either, you know, you either love it or you hate it. And, you know, that's just part of it.
Yeah, I mostly love boats, so
yeah, and that's where my passion came from, was my love for boats. And then, so you know, obviously, I wanted my boat cleaned. Billy Smith, we always got to tell him Happy Friday. What's up, brother?
Happy
Friday, Billy.
Yes, sir. All right. Oh, what's this, man?
She's always got your back.
That's good, man.
I'm in trouble now.
Yeah, you check the boxes.
Now she knows to put her phone. She's gonna put it on airplane mode. Oh, he's got a tough detail there.
Yeah,
That's
you're not crying on my shoulder anymore. All right, man. Cody, great seeing you. Great talking to you. Enjoyed it, man. The great conversation, and look forward to all the years of success that you're going to have, and being a part of that journey, and that you've already had. You know, so you know, hats off to you. Congratulations, bro. Thank you for a good show and for taking time out of your day to come talk to us.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Brother.
Yes,
thank you so much. I got washed out today anyway, so.
We're the rain out crew. Oh man, come on.
You see now? If he's got a sunny day, we're not getting the detailer of the year.
Nick, we hold you up either, man. You can jump off too. I know that you got a huge show to go partake in, some learning and some PPF. Yep, PPF.
Yeah,
and
PPF.
we will see you guys next Friday.